Hi guys, it's Bob here again, putting together a little video which I'm not going to publish for some time, around a pedal that my good friend Cliff Brown, the proprietor, founder and designer at 633 Engineering, has sent me. You might know I play 633 amps, have done for quite some time, and how highly I rate them. Cliff has made the occasional foray into pedals before, but he's now doing it more seriously with the launch of a couple of pedals, which I've got the prototypes of and have been helping review and design and finesse. Today's video is about one of those pedals. It's called the X3. These are pretty straight up drive pedals. They are conventional in shape and styling. They're rectangular boxes, input, output, and obviously an input for 9 volts DC. I'm powering this with a 9 volt DC because I haven't got any batteries today. And I'm just going to take it through a few of its sounds. I'm playing my 335 through my regular Fender Deluxe Reverb reissue modern amp, not anything fancy, no boutique stuff going on here, and just 2 cables, that's it, nothing else in the chain at all. I'm recording this straight into my phone, so I hope the sound is good. First of all, guitar by itself, pretty vanilla. Okay, that's the guitar by itself. Just a sound I've dialed in before we started. This is quite a gainy sound for me, because this X3 pedal, it claims to do high gain or higher gain sounds best. So I'm going to try a few of those first, and maybe just run through a few of the controls with you. Sounds pretty good. That's hitting the front of the amp quite hard. The level's quite high. Drive isn't too high. Drive's about 1/3 up. I've got quite a lot of bass on it and not much top. But I've got the pre-shape switch, which gives it a slightly more voxy or Fendery tone rather than a Marshally tone. I've got that down, so that's tending to cut the bass and the mids a little bit. But that sounds pretty good for kicking in a solo. I'd be quite happy with that if I was out at the stump doing things with it. What we can try is see how it works on the neck pickup. Now that's with the volume on the guitar at about 7. Gotta take the tone back and see if this does a bit of the woman tone. Quite nice for that. It's getting a bit loud in here. So this is pretty promising, isn't it? Right, I found setting number 2 now. This one has got more drive, taking the level down a bit, otherwise things were going to get too hairy in here, so a bit more compression. I've changed the preamplifier shape to the slightly fatter sound. I've still got quite a lot of low boost on the pedal because I'm getting that kind of warm feeling on the 5th fret of the 5th string, you know, which is a trademark of the kind of Clapton blues breaker sound, which I kind of like. Just adjust myself on my yoga ball, still using it, still haven't crashed. The other thing about this pedal is really interesting is it's got this switch marked buffer. And what this buffer switch does is it changes the nature of the buffer. When it's up, the pedal is a bit gainier and it takes less notice of your volume control on your guitar. When the pedal's down, you can really ride the volume control. And that's a style of playing I quite like. So I really like that little switch on there. That's what makes this pedal a bit different to many pedals for me. A lot of pedals I can get a really nice sound out of, But when I roll them back, all sounds a bit pedally in a way that amps don't. But this pedal sounds like it's doing a bit of an amp thing going on, and that's obviously pretty welcome. The lovely thing about it being a pedal is, and I'll try it in a minute, I'll see how good a singing lead and overdrive sound I can get, but at much lower volume, see how it is for bedroom. But for now, here's another setting with a bit more gain. I'm riding the volume controls on the guitar a bit. Let's see. Feels pretty good. Going onto the neck pickup. I like that. It's got a bit of readiness to it, and I'm gonna dime it on the neck pickup. Now that was about 8. Dime. Yeah, you can feel the compression coming in there now. If I do it dimed on the bridge pickup, this could be quite sharp, but let's see what happens. Pretty good. You can get some of those blues bakery tones out of this. Bearing in mind this is pretty fresh out of the box. I've had it for a little while, but I haven't really got used to it yet. And also, I'm not fiddling around with the amp settings at all. So if I spent a couple of hours messing around with this drive pedal and the amp settings, I reckon I'll probably get a really sweet gigging tone out of it. No worries at all. It's certainly got the range and the headroom to give a lift. And like most drive pedals, it's in happiest territory when the drive pedal's doing some of the work, but it's also making the amp work harder, the front of the amp work harder. So there's a bit of that going on here, but the deluxe reverb is only on 3. So it's not really pushed. If it was up at a kind of gigging level, I'd probably gig it at about 7 and ride it on the volume control, and you'd probably have a different set of sounds for that. That would just get a bit too hairy in this room, though. Let's have a look at how the pedal performs if I take the volume levels down and just get a drive level for kind of nearer practice volume than rehearsal volume. I can almost talk over this. It's not particularly oppressive behind a closed door. I think you could play this level at home, no problem. And I just want to see what this sounds like. The guitar is now dimed, bridge pickup full on, and it's like practice level drive pedals usually are. It's a bit compressed. You have to watch the treble on this. It tends to get a bit fizzy, but again, that's not specific to this pedal. That pretty much happens across the board. I'm still getting that warmth on the lower strings that I'm looking for. It's, you know, getting the impression of a little more bass than is actually happening, because of course at this volume the speaker in the amp is hardly working at all. But it sounds pretty good. Yeah, I mean, there's that harmonic content in there. It's great. Singing quite nicely. Pretty good. So there you go. I'm not going to dwell on it more because you don't want to hear any more about my awful playing. But this is the 633 Engineering X3 drive pedal. Thanks for watching as always. This is Bob for the Bob and Ramon Show, signing off. Bye.